Good day, everyone. I am Rakto Cherry Pink, and today I am going to discuss about conflict theory. Now, let's first define what is all about conflict theory. Conflict theory is first developed by Karl Marx is a theory that society is in a state of perpetual conflict because of competition for limited resources. Conflict theory holds that social order is maintained by domination and power, rather than by consensus and conformity. Now, have you ever noticed that there is a division in the society between the privileged one and then those who are not? There are someone who is rich and there are someone who is poor. This is what we call the conflict theory. Karl Marx is a German philosopher, revolutionary, journalist, economist, and historian who is also considered as the father of the conflict theory. He believed that society had always have two groups. We have the oppressed and then the oppressor. Let's talk about how this conflict theory operates. Conflict theory depicts that there is an exists of struggle because of limited resources and unlimited utilities of resources. Conflict is inevitable, right? It is a human nature to have conflict. It is not conflict as good or bad. Conflict is an avoidable phenomenon. So nag-raise ang conflict kapag ang wants natin or ang desire natin ay mas marami kaysa sa available resources. Resources, it's not just something tangible like goods. It could also be power, time, position. Furthermore, the never-ending competition for these finite resources gives rise to conflict. Conflict theory is a way of studying a society that focuses on the inequalities of different groups and society. It is based on the idea of Karl Marx on the 19th century. He believed that society evolved through several stages. Did you know that 19th century Europe was a capitalist society where the rich upper class of the bourgeoisie were the minority of the population? And then the poor lower class is called proletariat, were the majority. You might think that the majority would have more sway over to the society, but it was actually the bourgeoisie that has the power. They own factories that produce everything people needed. It was this economic inequality that Karl Marx believed would fuel the change in a society. As the working class realized being exploited, they would unite to create a class consciousness as like getting everyone on the same wavelength. Now there are assumptions of the conflict theory. The maker of this theory believed that certain conditions are required for this theory to be true. Now, the first one is a competition. The scarcity of resources such as money, land, commodities gives rise to the competition. It also exists in intangible resources such as status, time, respect, power, and many more. It is a competition that creates a conflict of interest. Hence, in the absence of competition, there would be no conflict. Now, the second one is the revolution. Conflict among social classes gives rise to the revolution. People change because of competition and not to be adapted to dynamism. The people of having low status aspire to be on the other side. So they change for the betterment. It is well said that scarcity is the mother of innovation. Hence, it acts as a catalyst to revolution. The third one is structural inequality. The human relations, heap, and the structure of society is such that experience inequalities of power. Even in pure socialist economy, there exist disparities. If all are equal, there may be no reason for conflict. Conflict theory highlights the concept of structural inequality. This theory is based on the assumption that society experiences inequalities. Some of the groups or individual dominates the others due to the power differences. Those who have wealth and power try to keep it through any means, and they may refuse to bring any changes in the social structure. Those who have wealth can accumulate more wealth, and those who are poor become more poorer due to the exploitation by the elite class. This results in a wide income gap between the bourgeoisie and then the proletariat class. This means that the competition for the resources results in its structural inequalities, such as inequalities and in the profession, income, or in rules and regulations. Nowadays, it is often seen what the big companies urge government for the concession in the taxes to sustain the structural inequalities because it enables the business owners to retain their position and restricts the proletariat class from reaching their position, right? And the fourth one is the war. Extreme competition between the two or more groups may lead to conflict between the government of the countries. This conflict can result in a war that may either unify the newly structured society or lead to the formation of different hierarchies. According to the conflict theory, where war results in the unification and formation of new rules and regulations in the society, or can simply say that it cleanses the society by breaking the old social and structural that cause conflict in various classes. Conflict theory considered war as a reset in society because it brings a sudden changes in society. However, this is not entirely true as war can lead to unification but only for a short period of time. Now, I hope you understand my report about the conflict theory.
Good day. I am reporter Clarissa Tapat. And I am Primrose Noy. And this is all our topic. Our topic is all about instrumental structural theory. Not all critical criminologies share the same view of society and its control by the means of production. There are two other views, the instrumental theory and structural theory. Under the instrumental theory, the view that criminal law and the criminal justice system are capitalist instruments for controlling the lower class. In check, under this view, the poor are driven to crime because they frustrated with the unattainable goals. Set is a result of capitalist system creating class conflict when finally it becomes so unbearable may result in a riot or unrest. Because the lower class is hostile towards the social order that they are not allowed to shape and the benefits are unattainable. The criminologists who study this view consider it essential to demystify or reveal the true purpose of law, revealing that the destructive intent of capitalist-inspired criminologies, showing how capitalist law preserves ruling the class having power.
The structural theory. It means criminal law and the criminal justice system are means of defending and preventing the capitalist system. The structural theory disagrees the theories and the idea that the law of capitalism is always working for the rich and against the poor. Because if that was so, wouldn't have the white-collar crimes, they wouldn't have never been created. Rather, under the structural theory and the criminal justice system are meant by defending, preserving the capitalist system. It's designed to keep and operating efficiently, free from any one worker or owner. They don't want anybody working to the boat keeps everyone from working to the boat and an example of this is we wouldn't have antitrust laws. Why do we have the antitrust laws? It allows government to bring up monopolize, preventing and anyone capitalists from dominating the system. That's it. Thank you.
So I'm Luca and with my partner Medina. So our report is Lake Realism. So Lake Realism is developed by Jack Yang and Johnny and Roger Matias. So Lake Realism it is a political ideology that focuses on the causes of crime and deviance. So deviance and actions that violate the law. So Lake Realists believe that inequality is the main cause of crime, and the solution to crime should focus on social and community crime prevention and improving relations between the police and local communities. So, ang solution na sa crime is the improving relations between the police and local communities. The said realists believe that crime is caused by relative deprivation, marginalization, and subculture. Next. So there are three explanation of that realism. First is relative deprivation. Crime is not caused by poverty itself. So ang crime kay dili siya ang isa ka pobrehon, but by the resentment of the poor at how little their income matches their expectation. So agi kananglit ini kanang manarbaho sila kay kanang hago kay sila bagat ilang trabaho. So dapat nag-expect sila daw sildo pero pag maniman gamay lang sildo. So makakomit sila crime. Second is subculture. Groups in society possess their own values as a response to their own problems and priorities. And last is one, marginalization. Certain people find themselves economically and politically on the edge of society. So kani sila mga tao mga dili paborito sa society. And then they are not listened to and have no part in current society. So kanang manalit dili sila paginaw, kanang murag baliwala sila, manalit na sila mga nanglan or na sila mga hinaing. Then the only way it can be is through protest and riot. So wala sila ilang choice, mong di man sila amaton. So mong kanila magamat, wala mong kwan sila, kanang mura sila gumakuan sa society, kanang matras sila.
Good day, sir. I am Sir Joven Duterte, Bachelor of Science in Criminology 2, Block A. And this is part of the report of the Group 1. My topic is all about the critical theory. Mark Fortmer first defined critical theory in his 1937 essay. Critical theory is all about of crime points that crime is defined by the ruling class. The ruling class represents a small number of people who indirectly and directly prescribe the crimes. So, kani mga small number of people, mo sila ang mga kurtaan based on the jury. Gitawag din sila og mga elite or the ruling class. That's like privilege nga magama og rules, mga balaod based na jury without a concern of any civilians. So, prescribing is a crime is a way how the ruling class or an elite gets the majority under the control. Critical theory of criminology incorporates Marxist conflict theories and other social radical theories. In this theory of criminology, seeks and answers on why and how criminality becomes the product of society. According to this theory, the criminality is the way how people or how the powerless people express their disagreement with those values and keep their respect and dignity. So, in critical theory, people who have greater power defined as the ruler on what is crime and what is not. So, in ani ka powerful ang mga kurtaan, ani nga based on the critical theory. The advantages of critical theory is it helps open a different perspective of crime and causes people to think critically about crime and